Hello and welcome to Dinero Drop, one of the newest games in our interactive game line from FTC Publishing. Dinero Drop comes with two applications, one to create a new game and the other to actually play the game that you've created. I'm going to go ahead and create a game and then I'll actually show you the game itself by utilizing the Play the Game application to really show you the game in action. So the first step is to go ahead and click on the Create a New Game button. And this is going to allow me to start entering my questions and answers. Now, Dinero Drop you have the ability to enter in up to 10 total questions. And as you can see here, you have the ability to enter in one correct answer per question as well as two incorrect answers per question. Now keep in mind that in order for the game to play correctly, you do have to have at least one question per game. So I'm going to go ahead and my first step is to go ahead and enter in my first question. And that is, what is the deepest lake in the United States? And I can also go ahead and enter my correct answer as well as my incorrect answers. So I know that the correct answer is Crater Lake, which is actually located in Oregon. And Lake Superior is incorrect, as well as Great Salt Lake. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and click on the next button in order to enter in my question number 2. Keep in mind throughout the game you can click on the next or the previous button to edit any of the information you've already entered in for your game. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to create my game. Now once you're done entering in all your questions and your answers, the final step is to actually save your game. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Save the Game button here in the lower right hand corner, and this is going to allow me to save the game in a specific location. Now we do recommend that you create a folder, maybe on your desktop, to save all of your Dinero Drop games in one single location. So I'm going to go ahead and name my game Test Dinero Drop, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the Save button. Now I can actually click on the OK, and this is going to allow me to go back into my game and continue to edit and then resave. But what I'm going to go ahead and do now is actually launch my Play the Game application. So you can see that we get a lot of nice music that plays. And it's going to allow me to, the first step is to actually select my game file. So the game that I just created, I'm going to go ahead and click on the Select Game File button. And this is going to allow me to browse for that game. So I know that I named it as Test Dinero Drop. I'm going to click on Open. And when I'm ready to actually play the game, I'm going to click on the Start the Game button. So this is now kind of gives you some directions about the game itself. Basically, as I talked about before, there are up to 10 total questions per game, and the object of the game is to have as much money possible after answering all 10 questions. So when you're actually ready to go, you can click on the Start the Game button. So once again, the object of the game is to have as much money left, which is your personal cash stash here, at the end of the game by answering the questions correctly. So as you can see here, my first question pops up, what is the deepest lake in the United States? Now I have to choose between these three answers. And what I'm going to be able to what I can do is actually, if I know the answer, I can go ahead and put my whole cash stash on that one single answer. But I also have the ability to divide my cash if I'm not really completely sure of what the answer is. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and answer correctly. I know that the answer is Crater Lake. So you can basically just choose the number buttons that you have below to add as much money as you would like. So again, I know that this is a correct answer. Once I get to my cash stash total, which is $1 million at this point, it's going to allow me to then submit this answer. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Submit Answer button. And you can see here that I got the answer correct. Now what this does is it gives all of my cash to me because I didn't lose any of my money, and I then am able to click the Next Question button in order to go to the next question. So now I'm going to kind of show how you can divide your money. So the second question is, what is the largest state in the United States based on area? So I can look at my answers, and what I can do again is I can divide the amount of money that I have left in my cash stash between specific answers. So say for instance that I think that it might be Texas, but I'm kind of thinking it might be Alaska as well. I'm going to kind of throw Washington, D.C. out of there because that's just a silly answer. So I think it might be Texas. So I'm going to go ahead and drop 400,000 on Texas, but I'm more positive this might be Alaska. So once I get to once my answers totals the amount of money I have in my cash stash, I'm going to then be able to click on the Submit Answer button. So you can see the correct answer is, of course, Alaska. And what it does is it keeps in my cash stash the amount of money that you answered correctly. Now, I did lose my $400,000, but I still have in my personal cash stash $600,000. So I can go ahead and continue to play the game by clicking on the next question button. Now, once you're done answering all of your questions, you can see here it shows you that your game is over. And it also gives you your final total. In this case, I walked away with $400,000. As you can see, the Dinero Drop game is very easy to create. It's a lot of fun to play, and I really hope you have a great time engaging all of your audiences.